All right, guys, we are in Hawaii, and let's get ready together and talk about how Nate and I met, because I feel like people ask that a lot. Give it to you if you want it. So we'll start from the very beginning. My best friend asked me to go out on a Saturday during the day, and I was just like down and not in like the mood to be going out during the day. But she was going to meet this guy that she was meeting for the first time. She was like, Kalani, will you please basically come wingman me and come to this like bar crawl kind of thing? And I was like, I am not in the mood, but I love you, so I'll go. It really takes a lot of convincing for me to go out. No, but seriously, I think it was maybe like the only day that I've ever been like, I don't know, like how down I am to be going out during the day today. But she was like, please, will you come with me? And I was like, okay, sounds good, we'll go. I get ready, I am not feeling myself. I literally was like, I'm not gonna drink, I am not in the mood, but I'm gonna be your moral support today because I know this is what you want me to do. I think more or less, I wasn't in the mood to like talk to people that I didn't really know. So we get there, and of course she wants to go talk to, you know, the man that she's talking to. So I get stuck with all of his friends, but obviously wasn't stuck because I got stuck with Nate because Nate was one of his friends. Nate and I didn't know that either one of us were going. We didn't even know that we existed. But at the time, she was talking to the man she was speaking to. So I was, you know, with all the friends, and Nate and I started talking. Me and his friends went and grabbed a drink, and we were just introducing ourselves. And I was just becoming best friends with Nate. So whenever they say marry your best friend, this is where I really take this advice literally, because he was genuinely my best friend that day. We spent the whole day, I think we got there around like 2 p.m. We probably were talking from like 2 to maybe like 5 p.m. literally just chatting it up about life and just everything. Like Nate and I became best friends. And I honestly believe that that is kind of the reason we are in the position we are today, because it was so nice to meet him and not have the kind of, I don't know what the word is, but like we were talking as friends. We weren't talking as in like, oh my gosh, we need to date or we need to hook up or whatever it was. We literally met as just like becoming friends. And we really just talked about life, and it was just so casual and so fun. At the time, I feel like neither one of us were really looking for anything. We were just chatting and becoming friends. Like we were just going out to the bar with our friends and hanging out. And then we ended up being there together for probably like 3 hours. And then our friends were kind of like, we're leaving, we're gonna go to this place or whatever. We kind of were like, we want to just stay together and chit chat and talk. So we ended up chit chatting and talking together for probably like another hour. And I think the cutest thing ever was this lady came up to us and was like, you guys are the cutest couple, do you want a picture together? And at this point we were just like chatting and being friends. We didn't even like think of each other, I don't know, we kind of did deep down inside, but we were like chit chatting and just talking. And then she took a picture of us, and it's like the funniest photo of us because it's hysterical, because we did not know that we would be in the position we are in today. I had this little move where like, I can't really show you, but like we were sitting down and I like put my leg over him, and that was kind of my way of telling him like, okay, I actually really like you, like you're not just my friend. So then we like kissed, and it was like turning into something more. Oh my gosh, I get so giddy talking about it because he is literally the best person in the world. But so that's whenever I kind of made the move to be like, I kind of like you. So then that night we just kind of hung out together the whole rest of the night, and we're just having fun. We went to like a couple different bars, and we're just together. And then I finally got like his phone number, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I really like him. But I was like nervous because I was like scared because he seemed like very husband material. So I was like, because we were BFFs, and I just like, we had this like connection that was, I don't even know how to explain it, like when you know kind of situation. And we had that connection, and so I was really nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, like is this my husband? And then like obviously I'm not wearing a ring now, but like he is my husband. Next day was Sunday. We obviously were like hungover and stuff, so he was like, do you want to go to brunch? And I was like, yeah, let's go to brunch. So I guess that's technically our first date. We don't really consider it our first date. We have another first date that was way more awkward, which I don't know if this happened to anybody else, but we think it's the funniest thing because it was like, we were like talking and basically saw each other every day for like 3 weeks. And then we went on our first date. We acted like we didn't even know each other. We were so awkward because it was becoming more official, like first datey kind of vibes. But anyways, we went to brunch the next day, and then I was like, I'm so hungover. Do you want to just come over and like watch movies? So he came over, we watched movies. I literally fell asleep on top of him and snored for like 3 hours, and he just like let me snore on him. Then basically after that, we were just dating. Like, he asked me officially to be his girlfriend and stuff, but I was already basically his girlfriend, and we were just like the love of each other's lives. And he was my best friend. If there's any advice I could give to anybody in any sort of dating pool, or if you are looking for your future partner, I would say marry your best friend or date your best friend, because I think that's the best thing about our relationship is I get to spend every day with my best friend. And that's just so awesome. Like, I can tell him anything. I could be any certain way. And that's how we started our relationship. I think sometimes you try so hard in the beginning to try and be like something you're not, to make yourself, you know, be likable towards them. But like, whoever you are is how, like, who you want to be with. You want to be yourself when you're with that person. And that's like genuinely how we were, because we met so casually and so randomly. And if there was any advice I could give to anybody, is just be with your best friend. Because now I just get to be with him for the rest of my life, and it's like the most awesome thing anyway. And I love how casually we met. I think it's so different than like how I usually meet people. I feel like social media and stuff is such a big thing nowadays, and we just met in such a casual way. So that is our love story, but this is all the makeup I'm doing for tonight, because this is just kind of, we're on an island vibe. You know what I'm saying? Bye.